So first of all, please, David, before this weekend's game against Walsall, any sort of bit of housekeeping? Any sort of players due back from injury? Anyone potentially not available?
No, we've got some of the boys who've been injured have been back out on the grass this week, which has been good. So there's 2 or 3 extra available for selection, which is pleasing. And that aside, we've got a clean bill of health.
Great. So before we talk about this weekend's game, now that the dust has settled on that win against Gillingham in the Cup over the weekend, just how do you look back on that victory?
I suppose I'd be really clear and say that I thought the players deserved immense credit, because when we went into extra time, I actually thought we stepped up a level in terms of the intensity we went about the game, how we continued to try and put on the front foot. Was really pleasing, which reinforces the work that Scott does with the players in the gym, the conditioning elements and the planning that goes in during the week. I thought we were very good, and naturally pleased that we got the result in the end. That the lads put a huge amount of effort in against a really good Gillingham side. So yeah, we're aware of. We want to get through in the cup, and Saturday was one of those moments where we continually yet again gave everything to get the result. When they equalised late on, it shows the mentality of the group to refocus and calm themselves. And I thought Courtney Baker-Richardson in particular, Cameron Antwi with their penalties with the pause in between, showed outstanding resilience.
It's the first time I've spoken to you since you drew Boreham Wood in the FA Cup in the second round. I appreciate all games are difficult in football, but on paper, and again, when football's not played on paper, it seems like a winnable tie. Given how important momentum is, and how this club especially has a love affair with the FA Cup, just how big would it be for Newport County if you did get through to the third round? And I appreciate there's other games to come before then.
Well, at this moment in time, it's definitely not a priority for us. Saturday is the most important. Lots of things can change between now and then, with a significant number of games. So we can't plan for that point in time until we've gone through what's coming up immediately in front of us. So our primary focus at this moment in time is just making sure that we're prepared well for Saturday, and then beyond that we'll start thinking about what comes the following Tuesday and the following Saturday. So we were naturally delighted and pleased with the level of performance last Saturday to put us in the draw for the second round. We've pulled Boreham Wood, which is obviously stating the obvious, everybody knows that. However, all our attention is only on Saturday at this moment in time.
And in terms of your last 2 matches, you've had 2 wins, obviously one in the Cup, but then you also, before that, you beat Harrogate 3-0 in League 2. Just how big are those victories in terms of momentum for you guys, especially now that there's only a couple of points between you and the teams just outside the relegation zone?
Yeah, I guess so. We again, your focus and our focus is always upon ourselves. And I'm a firm believer, and it's a message we've delivered consistently, is that we have to focus on ourselves and looking to ensure that we perform at the level we are capable of every Saturday and in every game. And if we do that, we give ourselves a chance of winning games, and if we win games, where we finish in the table will take care of itself. I've said it on numerous occasions, the level of that we've delivered is far better than where we currently sit in the table. However, we are where we are, and we need to ensure that we keep delivering those level of performances to climb to a position where we feel our level of performance has sat. Walsall are top of the league, they're a good team, we know that. We will set our stall out to make it really difficult for them on Saturday.
I was going to ask that, what kind of challenge you expect them? I know it's an obvious question because as you've mentioned, it is bottom against top, but what kind of game are you expecting against them?
Very tough one. If you look at the makeup of their side from last season to this, the depth they have is vast and significant. You look at what they have within the squad. So we know it'll be a challenge. We know it's going to be tough. We're going to aim to make it really tough for them.
Especially because obviously Rodney Parade can be a fortress. So, okay, obvious question about how big a difference could the fans make this weekend against the league leaders?
Well, they were outstanding last Saturday, weren't they? They made a right racket behind the dugout, particularly second half and an extra time. And the responsibility is on us to ensure that they do that again this Saturday by illustrating and showing what we have done in all of our home games. And so it's on us to give them something to cheer about. So we're excited by the challenge of the team at the top of the league coming here. We've spent our time preparing this week on making sure our focus is on us. You know, that's not, we'll as always, we'll pay the opposition the respect they deserve, look at their strengths, and then looking at how we can pose them problems as well.
Thank you. I'll just put my phone there to record you, but thank you, all the best and Saturday. Cheers.
Thank you.
I want to ask you about Ben Lloyd. You mentioned last week he did 16k during the game. I mean, is that an unusual amount? Is that
well, yeah, based around extra time and those bits, that would be higher than normal. But and the average is physical output consistently is incredible. You look at meters per minute, accelerations, deaccelerations. He's got incredible athleticism. To be able to continue to deliver that, to break and recover, to press and recover consistently. You look at his meters per minute and it's staggering really. So, you know, well done Ben. And then equally the players in and around him as well. What they did was afford opportunities for other areas of the team to show and excel as well. So I'm really pleased for Ben. It's just meant we've had to manage him this week to ensure that he's fresh for Saturday. Similarly, the rest of the group. But yeah, it's an incredible effort.
And it's always nerve to win penalty as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Really pleased for him. He's the way he's gone about his work since he's been here on loan has been exceptional.
Because he wasn't a regular until the last few weeks. Like the last few weeks, he's really stepped up his game.
Yeah, he was in and out, and then went away with Wales. Other people came into the squad, so he's come back in. But what's important to understand is that nothing's changed about him. The way even when he's been out of the team, the way he's gone about his work has been really, really high level. He's always shown the levels that he has and is capable of achieving. And so from our perspective, managing him to make sure he's at the right space to deliver on a match day is really important for him and for the team. So we're pleased with him, and we'll be working, and we have been working to ensure he delivers more of the same.
I don't know, he wasn't in the Wales under 21 squad, was he? Is that a surprise to you?
Well, I guess Matt picks a squad which he thinks can win in his games. So I definitely, I can't comment on their thoughts and feelings on him. All I can say is, since he's got in a team with us, he's been electric.
That's good news for you.
Great news for us, and then ultimately in the long term, it's good news for Wales as well. We all know that the ability to cover ground, like Ben has illustrated with us, at the level he can cover it, is huge as you go further up the levels. So we'll keep supporting Ben as he continues to develop and evolve his game, and naturally we'll be really pleased for us, selfishly, that he doesn't go away on international duty.
I don't know how many miles or kilometres Kai did last week. He looked like he did a lot as well.
Yeah, Kai was the same. Yeah, Kai was the same as well. And everybody. I think Courtney Baker-Richardson played. It's 120 minutes with 11 minutes added time. Although he did have a sit down for a period while he was getting some stitches in his head, which it makes you proud. That they're giving absolutely everything, and they always have done. It wasn't just Saturday for the club and for the supporters, and none of them wanted to come off. So which sometimes, you know, when they're fatigued and when they're tired, is you see the body language change. It didn't, and that for me is probably the most pleasing. That we spoke at many points and said to win, you sometimes have to suffer. Suffering can look in different ways. Saturday, that suffering was going a goal down, coming back, equalising, going 2-1 up, needing to go through extra time, and then showing the composure to score the winning penalty late on. So naturally pleased with everybody. Yeah.
How's Lee doing? Is he recovered?
Yeah, he's doing good. It was a lovely. He looked like he'd been a heavyweight boxer, just taking one just across the top of his eyebrow. So no issues, but it's bizarre. No black eye or anything. So he's been patched up and stitched up, and we've ensured he's not done any heading this week. So yeah, he's. We'll just have a double check tomorrow with the medical staff to ensure that there's no risk of it opening back up or any further damage. So that'll just be something for us to look at tomorrow.
Another battle scar.
Yeah.
Habib came up as well. Is he okay?
Yeah, took a whack to the nose as well. So yeah, there was all scars, battle wounds. I said Habib afterwards. That's what, you know, as a defender you'll have a few clashes of heads, and but again, equally, you know, the growth in the younger players has been outstanding to watch. And we're keen to see that continue.
I'm just finding Nathan, is he back with you now, or is he still at Leicester?
Nathan's still at Leicester, out of his brace, back jogging, so we're hopeful that he will return, having spoken to Leicester this week in the next couple of weeks.
So what was the injury?
He had an issue with a knee ligament for some contact in the game at Cardiff, which he didn't realise at the time. It was only when he came off after the game it was evident. So equally settled really well. Disappointed with that he picked up an injury and had to go back, but we'll look forward to welcoming him back.
Because his load is up in January, is that right?
Yeah.
But you expect him back before that?
Yeah.
Just one question, and apologies Dave if you've already answered this kind of area, but do you think sometimes a result can carry more significance than the result itself? And I'm just thinking, you know, it was only the first round of the Cup, you got through on penalties, but sometimes just a result and the way it's done can make a team feel good about themselves, give you a conviction that you're doing the right things.
Yeah, I definitely take your point. I mean, I've never wavered in my belief of what we're trying to do and how we're trying to do it. And I go back to the point we made about Ben Lloyd. You know, if you've got youth, you've got energy, you've got intensity, you've got legs, and we have to ensure that is evident every time we play. That we are consistent in the way we counter press, the way we get after the ball, the way we're pressing as high as we possibly can. What's just been so pleasing to see is the level of the players' work on a daily basis has always been. We've never come in as a staff and questioned the level of the boys' work out on the grass. What you have to say is that the way they've gone about the last couple of weeks, they were never not smiling, right? So, but there's a difference, isn't there, when you get a couple of results, for sure. We know that, and I'd be lying if I said you couldn't notice it. Of course. That said, we need to get a couple more. We've had a reasonable run where the results have been positive. More importantly, is the level of performance. It's how we're trying to win the game, and it's what we're trying to challenge the opposition to do. I go back to Gillingham last week, who end up dropping their striker in at possession to almost play with a back five, a diamond, and one up front. You know, so that tells us that we have to be doing something right when the team in the top 6, top 7 are coming in and adapting the way they play to ensure that they stifle us. what we have to do is we have to win to ensure that we get ourselves to a position which is we feel is befitting of the way we've played, because nobody's going to make it easy for us, just as we're not going to make it easy for them, and we have to continue to illustrate the qualities that we've got, and the progress that we feel we're making, and that we have to do that on Saturday.